Alright guys, so today we have a showcase for Aljamain Sterling, who as we all know is set to face against Sugar Sean O'Malley at UFC 292. So, I've stated this in my showcase for Sugar Sean, but I believe Aljamain Sterling is going to win this. I believe he's going to win this simply because his wrestling. I think his grappling is just much superior to Sean O'Malley's. And, Sean, I'm sure Sean is working on his defense. I'm sure he's working on, being able to work up from the bottom should he be taken down. I'm sure he's doing all that. However, after seeing, what Aljamain was able to do in the rematches, or in the rematch against Petr Yan, what he was able to do against Henry Cejudo, who, I don't know if you guys know this, is an Olympic gold medalist in wrestling. The fact he was able to take Henry Cejudo down, like 4 times in that match, that really surprised me. So I think his grappling is going to be much too much for Sean. And I think his striking is, as awkward as it is, I think it's going to be effective enough to keep Sean, at least guessing on the feet. Yeah, it's kind of crazy when I look back at his recent fights for Aljamain, because it's so crazy how how quickly the fans have turned on him, man. Because if you remember, people were like rooting for him, when he was set to face against Corey Sandhagen, because that was a clear #1 contender fight. And everyone was so supportive of Aljamain when he when he won that so quickly. They're like, oh my gosh, like he worked so hard to get here. Like, that just shows you like what you can do with like hard work and determination. Because he had to work his way up to that title shot, man. And he gained a lot of fans, along the way. And then that first fight against Petr Yan. Like I don't think he would have had much hate, if he managed to have gone the distance. But that winning the title like that, man. Winning the title by disqualification. Yeah. People turn on him so fast, man. And like it wasn't his fault. Like he's not the one who made Petr throw that knee, right? It was out of his control. But then the rematch between Petr Yan, man, like we all thought that Petr was gonna run through him. But yeah, Aljamain showed that he had improved. And I mean, like that was a hard fought decision, right? Like that was a hard fought win. And you would think that people would like start to respect him, right? But no. Because so many people thought that Petr did enough to win. They still they still had no love for Aljamain. Man, God, even in his fight against TJ, man, like that that was supposed to be a chance for him to like legitimize his claim as the true bantamweight champion. But TJ came into that with a dislocated shoulder, man. Like he was basically fighting the guy with one arm. So of course people couldn't really give him the props for that win either. And I think even in his most recent win against Henry Cejudo, man, like he won that one by split decision. But I don't think people were really giving him credit. like, one, because it was a split decision, and two, like, it's just the fact that Henry came back after being away from the sport for 3 years, you know, and still made it. Some people say it was competitive, but I've watched that fight like probably at least 2 or 3 times now, and I don't think Henry was really as close to winning that fight as people say. I think Aljo was just way busier and way more active, and that was what really caused Henry the win in that month. But yeah, Aljo can't really catch a break, man. He is, in some ways, he is like the luckiest unlucky champion there is, man. Because it's like no matter what he does, there's always at least a little bit of controversy, you know, for every match he wins. I kind of feel sad for him. So, and you know, you would think people would like give him a lot more credit, man, because you know, before this win streak he was on, no other bantamweight in UFC history had managed to win, you know, 8 or more fights in a row. Aljamain has won 9 straight fights, and he has the record for most consecutive title defenses at bantamweight. You know, like 3. Dominic Cruz couldn't make it past 3 defenses. TJ Dillashaw couldn't make it past 2 defenses. Yeah, Aljamain has defended that title 3 times. And there's a good chance he's going to make it 4. But, yeah. With Aljo's luck, if he... Let's say he submits Sugar Sean in, like, the first round, right? Just makes it look super easy. Then people are still going to say, like, oh, well, you know, Sean was always overrated. You know, he was never good. You know, he fought Piotr when Piotr was on the decline. You know, anyone can beat Piotr now. Like, watch. Just watch. If people tune into this fight and Aljo wins, like, super easy, submits him in the first round, I bet you there are going to be people talking just like that. MMA fans are so weird, man. But then, if Sean O'Malley pulls up, you know, if he like knocks him out, then everyone's gonna be like losing their minds, right? Like, yeah, finally, you know, I told you, Sugar Sean was the real deal this whole time. You know. Either way, man, like, Aljo's probably gonna have some kind of criticism if he wins this. But, you know, if he does win this, he'll have a pretty good claim, at least on paper, of being the best bantamweight, like the greatest bantamweight. I know that's, in my heart, Dominic Cruz will always be the GOAT for the bantamweight division. But, you know, not even Dom won 9 straight fights in the UFC, you know? Anyway, that's my rant for this video. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to win this fight. Do you think Aljo is going to, you know, pull this off? Or do you think Sean O'Malley is going to, you know, pull off an upset? Let me know. And I'll see y'all next one.